Greetings, one and all. This is Winworks, and welcome to my channel. I'm uploading a video that has been requested to me by one of my loyal, long-time subscribers, basically asking me to give my opinions and review of Battlefield 6. Now, I can safely say that I'm not a Battlefield veteran. I think I started playing Battlefield when it was Battlefield 3, and I have to big up none other than Pemby66 because he was the one that actually got me into Battlefield and in turn first-person shooters. Because I mean, prior to that, I did play a bit of COD and I wasn't really feeling it. But then, you know, upon meeting with Pemby, he got me into Battlefield 3, and oh my goodness, was that a game to play. Couldn't really get my head around it, but obviously with the advice of, look, stick with it, you'll get your guns upgraded and the perks and all that kind of stuff. So that I did, and yeah, I felt the absolute benefit from doing that. But anyway, fast forward to Battlefield 6. I mean, in between all of those, yes, I played Battlefield 1, played Battlefield 5, just played a minuscule of Battlefield 2042 when they had the beta. When I played the beta, I didn't stay on it longer for 10 minutes. I just thought it was absolute garbage. But hey, it was what it was. But anyway, fast forward to Battlefield 6. Now, the hype of the game has been long-standing based upon the low performance of Call of Duty Block 7 and what they were basically offering. And, you know, with the whole debacle with the skins and this and that and blah, 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 and them not listening to what the gamers really wanted out of Call of Duty, it's basically subsided in take up in terms of what the fans really wanted from the game. So, you know, it was really Battlefield's crown to lose in the battle between Battlefield and COD, in my honest opinion. Anyway, let's just stick with Battlefield 6, okay? Now, what do I think of the game? I absolutely love the game. I love it. The one thing that impressed me and the ball bags when we actually started playing the beta, yeah, was how good it felt, yes, and how overpowered the shotties were. But other than that, it was really a nice game to play beta style. But now with the release, people were kind of expecting the servers to be chock-a-block and just not functioning properly, because that was basically the normal thing with Battlefield games. But surprisingly enough, the servers kind of handled the traffic very well, I would say, from day one. When it got to like the weekend, because it was released on the Thursday, so when it got to the weekend, yeah, the servers were really strained and tested to beyond its capabilities, I guess. But yeah, it handled it very well. What do I think about the look of the game? Yeah, it just looks like basic Battlefield for the PS5 generation. It looks absolutely gorgeous to play. There's some maps that I like, some maps that I'm not really a fan of, but it all depends on the mode of games that I play. But overall, yeah, it looks good and it plays good, and yeah, the mechanics are really fluid to me and very tactile to me. Yeah, that's pretty much the viewpoint of the look of the game. I mean, my only con in relation to the game, which was kind of expected, but hold on one second, let me just drink or sip some of my tea, 1 second. The only con for me, which was kind of expected, was because of the fact that Call of Duty Block 7 wasn't really doing too good at all. I did stay in the thread, the ballbags thread, that we're going to have a mass exodus of Call of Duty players playing this game. Now, whether it will be just for them just to hang tight until Block 7 drops, or they're just going to give up the ghost with Call of Duty and just go straight into Battlefield. Now, speaking of which, a few streamers, a few YouTubers have actually um, jumped ship and gone with Battlefield, and basically dedicated their content to Battlefield, which is a bold freaking move. You know, I heard that people like Exclusive Ace has done that, and no doubt a couple more people will probably do the same. But it is a bold move to do, because you know, when you've made your name on a YouTube channel with a certain type of content, and then you just decide to jump ship and change, yeah, your viewership can just sink like a brick. You know what I mean? But you know, I think it's a worthy game to switch content for, in my honest opinion. Now, speaking of Call of Duty streamers, let's talk about the Call of Duty gamers, because it is obvious what a lot of people are feeling here, because Call of Duty and Battlefield are two different beasts. You know, there's room for both to coexist, as there has been. If you just want to check your brain at the door, arcadey vibe, yeah, you go with Call of Duty. If you want tactical, team-based gameplay, go for Battlefield every freaking time. But when you try and play Battlefield like Call of Duty, it doesn't let the game shine. I think one reviewer basically said that the sad thing he has to see is that a lot of Call of Duty players, they go straight for assault and what have you, and they have the capabilities of reviving people, but they just don't revive. And that's the main crux of the whole criticism of the Call of Duty gamers going into Battlefield. But as I said before, you know, it could be a permanent thing with some, it could be a temporary thing until Block 7 comes out. Because I mean, you know, no matter how bad the game is, lots and lots of people buy it, you know what I mean? And that's basically it. You know, you like what you like. So you know, Call of Duty is not going to die. It's not going to die out, but it's suffering. It's suffering, to say the least. That is a definite. But even some of my hardcore Call of Duty gamers in the Ball Bags clan, they're not touching it. They're not touching Block 7. They're not touching it at all. You know, and yeah, you know, and I don't blame them in the slightest. 1 second, just gonna take a sip. That's the only thing in terms of the gameplay. The modes, as of today, I'm getting a vibe for my least favorite mode, which was Breakthrough, I have to say. But it wasn't until I got my daily challenges, which involved Breakthrough, to play, that I realized how effective I can be in the game. So for me, as well as the fan favorite Conquest, yeah, Breakthrough, obviously Team Deathmatch. I can't say that I'm a fan of Squad Deathmatch. I'm trying to get my head around that, but it's just not working for me. But yeah, Breakthrough as a game that up to 24 hours ago, I could not stand it. Now I'm getting a little feel for it. It's warming on me. But other than that, yeah, it's pretty decent, man. It's a pretty decent it's a pretty decent drop for a game as big as Battlefield, as the franchise Battlefield. You know, this was the game that everybody really wanted out of Battlefield, and they've listened. And as well as the excitement of the drop of Battlefield 6, there is a further excitement of what is going to be provided for the game for the next 2-3 years, I've been hearing. So yeah, it's very, very promising, very exciting. And I've never really said that too tough about a game. I mean, yes, with Block 6, with the Omni movement, I really like the Omni movement as opposed to the other iterations of Block 6 that I've played. But then again, you know, it was what it was. But Battlefield, in terms of team gameplay, the mechanics, uh, yeah, just the riotous fun you can have on this game. It is definitely a game that I have no buyer's remorse at all, and it is one of those games that let's get in the band together, the Inglorious Ball Bags. So I'm very, very happy about that. I think the last Battlefield game that we all played that we was like having like side splitting fun on was Battlefield Hardline, without a shadow of a doubt. Just the things you could do in that, you know, you could basically design spray tags, which I had a great hand in because I designed the infamous teabag spray tag, which went on everybody. Absolute fun we had on that game. But yeah, it's with Battlefield 6 now in play, in effect. I'm really, really liking the fact that most of the ball bags are liking the game, and most of the ball bags are playing the game, you know, albeit with some internet issues. But other than that, yeah, I'm very, very, very happy. Very happy indeed with my purchase, and very happy with the game, and looking forward in seeing how Battlefield 6 will evolve. The only thing I hope that they don't do, I really hope they don't make it an annual thing like COD. If they do that, it's going to kill it. There's no two ways about it. It will be killed if they make it an annual thing, you know. Just, yeah, keep it evolving, man. You know, didn't do no harm to Rockstar, you know what I mean? So, yeah, just, yeah. Lovely presentation, lovely day one presentation. Just keep the good works up, DICE and Battlefield Studio, and you'll be raking in the coin, as it were, in trade for millions of people's enjoyment of the game. I don't know really what else to say about the game. You know, for those who play Battlefield, who are veteran Battlefield players, you know more than me. But for me, you know, being a relative newcomer to the Battlefield series and really getting to know Battlefield from one of the best games in the series, Battlefield 3, yeah, I'm loving it, absolutely loving it. You know, yeah, there's nothing really else to say about the game. Yeah, well, yeah. Other than that, really, there's I think there's another shoot 'em up that I'm kind of interested in, which will be dropping at the end of October. It's called Ark Raiders. Little has been spoken about that game, but I just like the look of that game. Post Helldivers 2, which was another game that I didn't think I would enjoy, but I absolutely love that game. But as a hardcore first-person shooter game, yeah, this overtakes it, you know. And I do like my third-person shooter games, absolutely. But yeah, this is scratching my FPS itch, most definitely. Just absolutely loving the game, loving the game, loving the game, loving the game. But anyway, crowd of people, you tell me what has been your vibe playing the beta of Battlefield 6, playing it on day one. What do you think about just the whole switch over from COD to Battlefield with some players and some streamers and stuff? I mean, in some ways it will bring lots of eyeballs to the game, I guess. But what do you think? What do you think of the whole current situation with the COD exodus to Battlefield? Do you think it's a good thing? Do you think it's not a great thing? You think people should just stay in their respective lanes? You let me know, people. Please let me know. It would be good to get in some dialogue with you all. And as I'm talking, I'm just itching to get back on Battlefield 6. I can't tell you how much I'm really enjoying it. But anyway, at the risk of me gushing, I'm going to bid you adieu. And as always, you don't know the coup. Whatever the game, media, platform, format, genre, happy gaming. If you're happy gaming, not only am I happy for you, I'm happy with you too. So people, stay blessed. Till we link up next time, I'm out of here. Meganski. Later, Rudies. Peace.